We consider the same example we had considered before. Price range of pens and the frequency of each price range. We will try to draw a frequency polygon without drawing the histogram. Before we do that, let us review how we had drawn it with the help of a histogram. We first drew the histogram for these class intervals and then drew the frequency polygon with the midpoints of the top of the bars as its vertices. We also marked the midpoint of the interval before the first one and the interval immediately after the last one. Look at the points and think about what the coordinates of each will be. The x-coordinate of the points will be the midpoint of each class interval, and the y-coordinate will be the frequency. So let us make a very simple table with 4 columns. First, class interval, which we already have. The class mark for each interval, which will be the x-coordinate of a point. The frequency will be the y-coordinate, and then we write both the coordinates of the point in the 4th column. Remember, we also include the class intervals that are just before the first and just after the last. So we include 0 to 10 and 60 to 70. Then we copy all the class intervals given in the table: 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and so on. To find the class mark, we find the average of the lower and upper limits of a class. So the class mark for the first interval will be 0 plus 10 by 2, which is 5. Similarly, the class mark for 10 to 20 will be 15, 25 for the next, then 35, then 45, 55, and 65. So we now have the x-coordinates of all the points, and the y-coordinates are just the frequency. The frequency of the two classes we added is 0 according to the data. So we write a 0 and a 0 here. Then all we need to do is copy the frequencies of each class: 15, 20, 30, 25, and 5. Now we just have to write the coordinates of each point. The coordinates of the first point are 5, 0. The coordinates of the second point will be 15, 15. Then it's 25, 20, 35, 30, 45, 25, 55, 5, and 65, 0. With the following coordinates, we can easily draw the frequency polygon using the graph paper. The polygon will look exactly like the one we had drawn previously. All we had to do was find the class marks of each interval and then the coordinates.